We are back with the wonderful and entertaining actor DeeDee Rescher. DeeDee, what makes a good actor?
We were discussing this before. I think it all has to do with truth and truthfully being able to live under imaginary circumstances in every moment.
The willful suspension of disbelief.
Disbelief, exactly. That's
the
what it
willful
is.
suspension of
disbelief. Yeah. Or living truthfully
and the audience
in imaginary circumstances.
Living
truthfully under imaginary circumstances.
And the audience, even if they're not trained, and most aren't in acting, kind of know when they're seeing truth.
I think most people do, not everyone, surprisingly enough.
Yeah.
But I think the people who do see the truth are probably enjoying themselves more.
Yeah. And isn't that what separates the different levels of actors, that some are able to create that honesty? And I mentioned Jack Nicholson, for example. I love the courtroom scene in A Few Good Men. He is Colonel Jessup.
You want me on that wall.
You need me on that wall. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I agree. But like I say, I don't think everybody sees it. And it's different with each genre, and it's different with each part you're going to play. Although I think the truth always works, even in a sitcom situation where the comedy is light and, you know.
It has to stem from a basic truth.
It does. I mean, the writing is really there to work for you. If you've got a good writer, your job is done. If you can't make it work with great writing, there's something wrong with you. Yeah. But yes, if you must come from the truth. And I think always in comedy you have to approach it as if it were a true drama. Otherwise, you're banging it over the head with too much comedy. Hey, this is funny. You don't need to comment on it.
In film, no live audience and constant take one, take two, take three. How do you keep the spontaneity and honesty when you're doing a take for the 6th time?
Well, it's not easy. Sheer determination. I will do this right. You know, it's kind
You're professional.
Kind of a self-talk. I will tell you that in films, I find it easier because 99% of the time you're on location, and that location is already putting you in that setting of that willful suspension of disbelief. So there you are. You're in the tropical jungle or wherever it is. The feeling is already there. You're not hopefully next to a green screen or.
And what about a TV? Some are with live audiences, some have canned tracks. There are retakes in TV sitcoms. How does that work?
I think in a TV sitcom, at least I have found that the audiences are quite lively and quite engaged, and you really have rehearsed enough during the week that you're not having to retake too many times. Yes, there will always be the little blunder, whether it be the actor blunder or the technical blunder, and we have to retake it. But most directors, if they're good directors, I just worked with Michael Lembeck on a pilot, and I tell you, he made that pilot move. And even if there were, okay, we're gonna have to retake that scene, but we don't want to disengage the audience. So we're gonna go right on with our schedule, and then we'll come back and do it. They also, for TV sitcoms, they have comedians who are warm-up artists.
Yeah. I went to the Letterman show several times visiting New York, and they do have warm-ups, and then they introduce each of the band members, and then Paul Schaefer. And by the time Letterman walks out for the opening, the audience is engaged, and there's that energy, and he walks right into it.
Ready to go. Very often, the warm-up person is better than the show, which is, you know, that's a little scary. You know, you have to carefully pick.
I was told that Seinfeld, they taped each episode twice in front of 2 different audiences, and they just picked the best scenes.
That's very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, Larry David, good for you.
Yeah. Well, you're a happy camper. You love what you do.
I do.
Give us 1 or 2 of your favorite moments.
My favorite moments?
Aside from your appearance on this show, of course.
Yes, this would be one. Okay, we got that covered.
Okay. You like the stage for the reasons you indicated, but
yes.
Is there something in a movie or a TV show that just strikes?
I think, you know, I have great memories of working with Blake Edwards on the movie Skin Deep.
Now, Blake Edwards from the Pink Panther?
Yes. And, you know, we dined with Julie and Blake. I mean, it was
Really?
a really marvelous, wonderful time. But there was one scene at the end of the film that was really good.
Which film is this?
Skin Deep. And I found out that I really love doing my own stunts. A tidal wave comes through the house. You just saw it in the
montage,
trailer,
yeah,
in the montage. Comes through the house and knocks Joel Brooks and John Ritter and I off our feet. And we did it over and over again. I kept saying, "Bring on the water! This is fun!" So, you know, things like that. I have so many memories. It would be ridiculous to name
Well,
them all.
you're in a field that's fun and satisfying and gratifying, and we'll be continuing this conversation, but first we have to pause for these messages. Stay with us. We have a surprise coming up.
Phil Trainees mixes California style with continental cuisine that includes fresh seafood from around the world. Since Phil is the chef, the menu has a wide variety of pastas, salads, soups, and appetizers that feature his unique personal touch. And the Italian-American signature dishes are simply beyond delicious. You never know who you're going to run into at Trainees, from the famous sports legends on the Wall of Fame to local celebrities having a drink at the bar. For the best fine dining experience, visit Phil Trainees.
At Performance Plus Tire, you'll find we carry Toyo tires. For over 50 years, Toyo has been a world leader in the development of high-quality tires. Optimum performance, safety, and a comfortable ride. That's what makes Toyo tires great. And now come into Performance Plus Tire for a great deal on these Toyo tires. Proxys ST, Open Country AT, and Proxys 4. Toyo tires, driven to perform. Come in today and we'll install new Toyo tires on your vehicle while you wait. Performance Plus Tire on Cherry Avenue, 1 mile north of the 405 in Long Beach.
When I was a boy growing up in Italy, I had a dream to own my own store. I came to the United States and I worked hard as a tailor. Hi, I'm Umberto. I've been in Long Beach since 1960, carrying the finest quality men's clothing. Italy's a long way away, but styles are just around the corner. Umberto, 2141 Bellflower, Long Beach.